One of the things I've noticed that I'm really bad at is actually publishing something. And I mean that, like, I went out of my way a year or two ago to publish some sound effects that I made, and also that I hired somebody to make, and sound effects that somebody made for me. And the problem with it was that I suffered from this. I wouldn't call it laziness. This hesitancy, this constant hesitancy, and it was either whether I was working, had to make something before every goal, or had to publish something. And I have noticed that a lot of people have this, and I find it to be very under discussed, and I can't put my finger on what exactly the issue is that causes it. What I do know is that with most things you feel in life, feelings are kind of very temporary and are very highly subjective. And if you repeatedly do something, whether it's something good or bad, you kind of become immune to how you feel about it. For instance, before I ever had a job in my life, I was very hesitant to get a job. The idea of doing something long term was very exhausting. And then once you get one, you kind of get used to it, and it doesn't seem that bad anymore. And with that in mind, in the spirit of the last couple of weeks where I keep posting videos about how to get you to hold yourself accountable, I'm going to do two things. One of them is a little another little side project that I want to do for 2026, but it's more in relation to the viewer than it is to me. And the other one is I want to keep following the plan that I've had for myself, which comes down to about four different words, which is to create an idea, create the minimum viable version of an idea, then to immediately publish it, preferably as bad as possible, and then to then take your time to analyze your product or idea, what's good and bad about it, what you want to do next to make it slightly better, take the minimum it requires to make it better, to apply it and repeat the cycle. So now the application of your upgrade idea is the next minimum viable product you have to work on, and you publish it on top of that. And the way you got to start with that, unfortunately, is by having a minimum viable design for something. So I got a company that still needs a website, which I need to work on along with the audio application I'm working on. So what I do is I made a logo here, got some text and all of this. Now, one of the things I kept ignoring as I was doing this is I added more text, I added more cool things, and I just wanted it to look very good. But the problem is it can't look good if you don't actually fix the things that are wrong with it. And I can't fix everything that's wrong with it because every time I add something, there's more that's wrong with it. So I basically took a breather. I stripped down everything I didn't like and everything I did like, and then I made sure that everything on that page was cohesive in of itself. So it's basically an image, logo, then some marketing words about the digital library that I want to keep publishing on, which is a project I've been trying to get to work for a long time now. And a little preview window to make it look a little aesthetically more pleasing and interesting. Now, none of this actually works, which is intentional. So now if I finally get to learn how to publish a Blazor project, I can also learn how to do iterative publishing, which means that when you create a change to your code, it automatically puts it on the server, new traffic is redirected to the new version, you get the picture. And so then, when it's online, I can think to myself, well, this isn't working, and I kind of want this to work. So you can start to think about how to get that to work. So you go in your spreadsheet and you write like, on top of the basic website project that I finished today, I say, let's say for sake of argument, basic login page. Now, thankfully, I already had a design for it, a minimum viable design for the login page. Now, I happen to know that logging in on Blazor is incredibly easy, and it's really not that scary or freaky, or because realistically, I mean, when I publish something, just go ahead and try to break it, because I know that a lot of people are just afraid of publishing something because of the idea that someone might break it, but I'm telling you, if it can be broken, someone's gonna break it. You just gotta kind of, I don't know, accept that, I suppose. So anyway, this is my video for now. I'm gonna discuss the project plan I have in mind for you, my dear viewer, in 2026 in another video. But here's how I'm starting to formulate the I guess the workflow that I've been discussing the past couple of weeks. It's very simple. Create, do the most minimum that you need to do for a particular idea or goal. Immediately publish that, and if that is like a physical product, make the worst prototype you can imagine, but make it work. Then show it to people, and also to yourself. Use it, find out what you don't like about it, then find out what type of sub goals that exists on, and repeat the process. And you keep doing this until your entire spreadsheet is green, and if it's not green, then you haven't done enough.